Yeah, it goes everybody, because they will continue on with the game called Dice Psycho. Where were we? Here. After school, but the sky glows orange at dusk. Where did she go? I haven't seen Psycho since this morning. It's not like we promised to meet each other, but I was kinda worried and looked anywhere I could think of. I'm usually a bit slow on the uptake, so I should at least try to help out at times like this. The classroom, the courtyard, the flower beds. Ah, she's here. I walked over to Psycho as naturally as I could. Taru-kun. Oh, she's crying. Found her looking sad, like she's about to start crying, even though she is crying because of the tears on her eyes. What now? What kind of misfortune happened this time? Let's see. Save here. There you go. Don't sympathize with Psycho. Started having some second thoughts about getting involved. Probably not as good a person as I pretend to be. I'm just a kid with parents who support me and take care of me. It's too soon for me to save anyone. When I'm older... Oh shit. No! What the fuck happened? I was just about to read it, and then this happened. I was crushed under a steel girder that fell from the roof of the school building? Oh god. This isn't unlucky. This is just plain fucking terrible. Bad and absurdity. Well, at least that happened. What the fuck? Alright. So we should sympathize with Psycho then. Okay. You're the boss. Sympathize with Psycho. Good grief, I thought, reaching out to pat her head. No. Ow. Psycho suddenly pushed me and fell to the ground on my butt. It felt like she punched the fuck out of me. She punched the life out of me. And then right afterwards, there was the sound of something clanging. Ow, ouch, sheesh, what did you do that for? Well, when I opened my eyes, I found myself face to face with Psycho, who had fallen on top of me. Heavy, but this might be the first time I've seen her this close. You're always such a scatterbrain, but it sounds like this that you don't say anything. When I looked in the direction of the sound, I saw broken pieces of flower pots scattered about. Oh. You're not telling me this would have fallen on my head just now. Oi, are you kidding? What would have happened to me if this thing had hit my head? I don't want to think about it. Yeah, you could have died. Hick. Sniff, I can't anymore. She covered her face with her hands, speaking in a voice that sounds like she's about to cry, even though she has already been crying for what? In the very beginning? I put my hand on her trembling back and gave her a gentle pat. I'll save you, don't worry, you'll be okay for sure. No matter what I do, it's useless. As she said this, she had tears in her eyes. What do you know, Mataru-kun? You don't even know anything, right? Yeah, I don't. Nothing can be done about it anymore. Psycho's cursed. I'm sure she's been trying her hardest for a long time before she met me. With resignation, despair, and disappointment, Psycho had been suffering her whole life. Mataru-kun, I want you to stay away from me. A single sentence pierced my heart. If you don't, you might die next time, Mataru-kun. Like shards of glass, those sharp words pierced my heart. After saying that, she ran away from me. Wait, did she have like a broken leg or something? Like she had a cast? Whatever happened to that part? Is she okay now? Okay. No, really. Did she have a cast? Why did it end up like this? What did I do that in the end I would become so frustrated? I just wanted to rescue her, to save her, that's all. Even just that, will the world not even allow that to happen? The bitter look she gave me at the end is still burned into my eyes. Will I not be able to save her? My own strength is not that much less than the strength of her misfortune, is it? Is it hubris to think that I'm going to save her? What the fuck do you mean by that? Is it hubris? What? That's not true. Even if I'm like this, I might be able to save someone, you know? Have you ever thought of looking for something that could make her lucky? Four-leaf clovers, rabbit's foots, uh, rainbows. I don't know, man. Then the rainbow's a pot of gold. You never know until you try. You don't know the outcome until you try it. Life is fleeting, as there's no time to dwell on it, so I'm going to talk with Psycho again tomorrow. Right, but she can walk now for some reason. Yeah, did I forget about that part? Morning, Mom. I greeted my mother, who was in the living room preparing breakfast. Psycho, your father's lost his job. My greetings are ignored, and I'm informed about Dad's restructuring. You were upset yesterday. What should Psycho do? There's nothing you can do about it. The questions I asked her were quickly dismissed. Things are so bad. I'm going to have to start working more. No, even my salary can't cover it. Muttering darkly, my mother held her head in despair. Mom, what if I quit school? Then you won't have to pay for it, right? When I made such a suggestion, my mother glared at me. What are you talking about? You think Dad will be allowed? Go to school. Why? I'm fine with not going if it helps Mom and Dad. If you stop going to school, how do you think society will look at us? Yeah. And since then, Dad started going to pachinko parlors and spending money as if he had given up on life. I just need to win once, It'll be alright. I'll definitely earn it all back. Mom has been poking her face into some strange establishments. She brought home expensive-looking vases and statues that look like a mix of animals and humans. Look, Psycho, this is a vase that can help you earn money just by placing it in your house. Oh, geez. Scammed. You stupid. Why do you believe that shit? Oh, speaking of, I bought a candle that says it's gonna give me good health and stuff. I just did it for the sake of being nice. I don't really believe in all that, but there's no harm in trying, right? I'm gonna lit it later. Yeah. Look, Psycho, this is a vase that can help you earn money just by placing it in your house. This statue is the guardian god of some country in the south. If you leave it in your room, it will bring you happiness. Even though I had a bad feeling about it, I couldn't stop the two of them from going crazy. I can't do anything. I'm no use at all. After a while, people who looked like Yakuza began to frequently stop by my house. Oh shit. They slammed our front door roughly and yelled at us. My father had gone to a pachinko parlor, and my mother went to a strange establishment. So it's just me in the house right now. I know you're in there. The voice grew louder and louder, and I ran into the closet. I covered my mouth with my shaking hands and quieted my breathing. Boom, boom, bang, bang. Bang, bang, bang. The sounds don't stop, and before I knew it, I found myself in tears. How long? How long will I have to live in fear like this? Yeesh. Scary. Oh, that night, there was a fire in the town. A girl stands blankly in front of her apartment, which is burning furiously. ... Why? The apartment is surrounded by onlookers and many screams can be heard. Really? I don't hear anything. I hear grasshoppers. Or is it crickets? Yeah, crickets. Firefighters are working to put out the fire, but it doesn't appear to be under control. The girl, who had been standing there looking at the tragic scene, eventually falls on her knees. It's my fault. What should I do? What should I do? She lived in a room on the first floor of that apartment. It seems that this was the very place where the fire started. Tears overflowed and formed drops running down from her clear eyes. Mom, Dad, don't leave me. Is it despair in her eyes? Or the remembrance of her deceased parents? Or what? Are you going to finish that sentence, Sharon? Uh-oh. And the dice has been cast. The dice has been cast. Well, not that much. It stopped in midair. Time has stopped again. Let's see. After my morning routines, I left the house early. I'm gonna have to talk to that girl again today. Then I'm gonna pat on her head until her neatly tied hair is all messed up. I arrived at school in high spirits, but I couldn't find Psycho at the usual flower bed. Psycho didn't come to school today? I was somewhat out of sorts, so I dejectedly trotted off to class. Suddenly, during class, a bad feeling came over me. Don't tell me she's avoiding me on purpose. You don't know what happened, dude. If that's the case, I'm quite shocked. Shocked, I tell you. I was pretty confident that she liked me. No, she might just be resting today. I bet she is, right? That must be all. It's not like we're lovers, we're barely even friends. I used to not care about others very much. Now it's the opposite. I can't help but be worried for Psycho. Oh dear. Is it because she's cute? Yes, she is. Or because if I helped her, I might get something in return? Is it because I'm playing God? What? That's pretty far-fetched, dude. Or am I acting cool to boost my ego by trying to help that poor girl? I shook my head fervently. I've got to get those weird ideas out of my head. It's finally lunchtime. Time seems to go more slowly when that girl's not around. I was curious and asked the person in the next class about Psycho, and they said she often missed classes. I see, so it's just one of those days, is it? They say they didn't know why she took the day off today, so I didn't get to know the details, but just knowing that was a big help. Looks like Psycho-chan took the day off, I heard from the guy next door. Yukimura calls out to me in his usual tone of voice. He was still as smug and snobby as ever. He put his weight against the wall. Seems like it. What happened, I wonder? So you don't know either, huh? I thought you might have heard something from the person herself. Huh, what the hell, man? Don't talk like you know more than I do. I'm a little peeved. Did you know that there was a fire under the Usatoria yesterday? Come to think of it, the guys in my class were talking about that rumor this morning. As I recall, a fire broke out on the ground floor of a wooden apartment building or something like that. I only heard about it from others, so I don't know if it's true or not. But they're saying that it was Psycho's place that burned down. Oh, shit. As soon as I heard those words, my brain stopped thinking for a moment. Eh? What the hell? Before I could even start thinking, I was already running out of the classroom. I have to confirm it. That's the only thing driving me right now. Thinking about it, I could have made a phone call, but somehow my body acted first before my head. Desperation. It took me several tens of minutes to get there, and the place was swarming with onlookers. The apartment where Psycho lived had been cruelly burned down to a crisp. In such a condition, people can't live there anymore. Hey, what happened? Psycho, where's Psycho? Is she alive, or... With trembling hands, I pulled out my phone and called her. Ring, ring, ring. Ring, ring, ring. The number you have dialed is not available right now. My chest is filled with a sense of despair and helplessness, and my phone slipped out of my hand. Ooh, what a waste of good phone. The phone fell to the ground and the screen cracked a little. Oh man, my phone also has a crack. I couldn't connect. Don't tell me she really is. Why? Isn't this too much? I couldn't confirm her safety, and then several days passed by in a blur. Ooh-hoo. Aww. Well, this is intense. There you go. A few days since then. After class, I left the school and headed straight home. Ever since I lost Psycho, I couldn't get in the mood to do anything. I couldn't calm down. Even though Dana and Yukimura invited me to play, I didn't feel like it, so I turned them down. On a dimly lit road, gazing at my shadow cast by the setting sun, I continued step by step. I bumped into a stranger and almost fell over, but that didn't matter. There was a gust of wind, and then I looked up. Question mark? I couldn't believe my eyes when I spotted a familiar girl across the road. Psycho? There you are. The girl had a blank expression on her face. She was hunched over and trudging along. I hadn't seen her for a few days, so not much had changed, but there was something decidedly different about her. She was dressed from head to toe in black morning clothes. Psycho, you were safe? I quickly ran over to her without thinking, hugged her body with my two hands. It hurts, Mitara-kun. I was worried about you. I really thought you were dead, and As I said it, I felt like my tears were about to overflow. I'm sorry, but we had a promise. You shouldn't come near Psycho again, right? I won't recognize that. I don't remember making any promises like that. I glared at her strongly, and she gave me an uneasy look. What? Are you angry? Me too. I wanted to see Macharakun as well. But Nana... Nana? Why is her name brought up? She's not related to this, is she? She told me not to see Macharakun anymore, so I can't meet you anymore. At that moment, my hands were shaking with anger. I couldn't even find the words anymore. Unforgivable. Simply unforgivable. Look, I'll choose for myself who I'll get involved with. Not Nana, me. When I told her that, she gave a small nod, her eyes tearing up. That being said, why was Psycho wearing morning clothes? Dude, is it not obvious? Don't tell me. Are you sending those two people off? Could it be that again? Those two people off? What does that mean? Are we sending those two people off? Could it be that again? Shall we go for the second route? Because it makes sense. Those two people off are her parents. That could probably... I don't know, man. Could it be that again? Mom and Dad got caught in a fire and... It's my fault. Macharakun, what should I do? I'll cause trouble for people just by being alive. Tears started to well up in Psycho's eyes. It would be better if I wasn't around. It would be better if I died instead. Don't say such ominous things. There's no such thing as being cursed with bad luck, and I don't believe in superstitions. No one would be sad if I died anyway. Even after hearing my passionate words, she remained depressed. Hey, if I'm dead, will Macharakun be sad? Will you cry for my sake? Oh God, there's blood coming out of her fucking mouth. Blood pours out of Psycho's mouth. What the hell happened? Cough, hey, Macharakun. I didn't even realize it at the time. I love you. I never thought that would be her last words. What the fuck happened? You're poisoned? Did you poison yourself? Have a disease? Bad end. Suicide by taking poison. Oh yeah. So she did take poison. Oh, damn, dude. Lesson learned. Don't ingest poison. It's bad for you. It can kill you. At least now we know what happens if somebody ingests poison. Great lesson. Are you sending those two people off? Yeah, it's my mom and dad's funeral today. With a vacant expression on her face, Psycho looked down at the ground. Her parents died in the fire, and only Psycho was saved. Was this also the doing of her misfortune? The power of misfortune that engulfs those around her? If you look closely, I could see that Psycho's cheeks seemed to be gaunter than before. What does gaunter even mean? I can't say anything. I just watched her in silence. I'm sure that my cliched words can't describe her suffering. I know you're worried about me, so thank you, but I'll be fine. Seeing the worried look on my face, she loosened her mouth into a grin. She might think she's laughing like she always does, but I can tell she's pushing herself. I've always been like this, so I don't know why, but this seems normal to me now. There's no way you're okay. It would be crazy to lose your parents and be okay with it. You don't need to force yourself with me. You don't look okay at all. No way. She made an expression as if she got caught lying. This is why I'm so useless. Because I'm insecure. Because I have low self-esteem. I can't even smile properly. Really, I'm so dumb. She muttered a few self-deprecating words that were painful to hear. I couldn't do anything but watch Psycho. She became a shell of her former self. Damn, that's sad. Oh, don't forget to stretch and hydrate yourselves, fellas. Oh boy, what's gonna be next? ... More dots. In the business hotel room, I was lost in thought. Mom and Dad, they both died, leaving me alone. They were burnt to death. You both left me, now you don't need to worry about anything. That's not fair. I'd leave with them too if I could, but I couldn't do it. I had nowhere to go as I had lost my home and had no relatives who would help. Of course, no relatives would take me in. My relatives hated me, saying I was a cursed child. Well, it was only natural. I have no home, no money, no family, nothing. The only thing left is a huge amount of debt left by Mom and Dad. I could probably have chosen not to inherit it, but I didn't. I was afraid I would lose my place in the world. Oh, you stupid idiot. Without any relatives, only they would take care of me. I was put in the care of the debt collectors. Oh my god. I inherited the debts of my parents, and this body of mine would be used to pay the debts. Oh god, no. What's going to happen to me? Tarkun, I'm scared. Help me. I'm heading to the city tomorrow. It seems like I will be forced to work at that place in that town. I haven't been told what kind of job it is yet, but I'm sure it's not a good job. Nightlife entertainment, cabaret, sex industry. These words that I felt like I had no connection to came to mind. No matter what the job is, I have no choice but to do it now. I can't escape until I've paid off all my debts. The enormous debt the two left behind. Somehow I thought it was someone else's problem. It never came to mind that I would have to pay it back all on my own. I had such a naive idea that mom and dad would be responsible for paying it back. I was still just a child. Oh god, that's not fair. Why would you even inherit that, you stupid idiot, if you had the choice to not inherit in the first place? Under the deep blue starry sky, a woman illuminated by the twinkling stars was talking with a girl. Happiness. What is happiness anyway? My family's poor and I sometimes wished I had more money. Yeah, me too. But I feel like it's not just about having lots of money. Yes, it is. Everything's about money. Is that really enough to say I'm happy? Just living a life of luxury? You don't know how to spend that well, don't you? If you don't know what to buy to make you happy, then I don't know what to tell you, friend. But I've also heard that when your life is well provided for, you'll feel quite satisfied. That is true. Poo-poo. Isn't that up to each person to decide? Yes. Please tell me. I can't figure it out on my own. I'm sorry, I can't tell you about that. Why not? That's why I'm here, to hear some advice. You can't tell me that's crap. Just as others cannot know what is your happiness, you cannot know my happiness. Well, you could tell me. The answer lies only within you, my dear. At least give me a hint. Well, I guess I'll just have to look for it myself. But I don't know what it is I'm looking for. What is it I want? I wonder if one day I'll find it when I grow up. Yeah, there's plenty of time. There's no need to rush, dear, except, my parents are dead and shit. I've been searching for it too, just like you. What is it that fills your heart with true satisfaction? I met someone, and at the end of a long journey, I found him. So what was your happiness, Nene-san? It's Nene! Holy shit! My happiness is something that is without form. What? Oh, you mean the satisfaction of killing someone? You fucking killed me in my fucking round, even though I fucking accepted you and shit. All this time it was so close, I didn't even notice it. The happiness has always been there. Yeah, what the fuck? Why kill me? I still haven't accepted that, Nene. Yes, I'm sure it's the same for you, isn't it? You stupid bitch. I'm still not over from the fact that she fucking killed me in both fucking routes. Wait, did she kill me in the other route? No, I think she committed suicide. It's always so close to us that we don't realize how important it is. You only know how precious it is when you lose it. Ah, you stupid bitch. Oh, yeah. I mean, who wouldn't want to get pampered forever? To live a life of luxury being taken care of by someone as gorgeous as Nene. But why Nene? It's a mouthful, Nene. Just gonna call her Nene. Okay, next scene. I'm tired after everything that's happened today. I crawled under the covers and closed my eyes. What the heck? Anyway, I'm glad Psycho is unhurt. I'm glad she's alive. I might not be able to do anything specific to help. But just being alive should be a happy thing. It's not a misfortune to be alive. As long as you keep on living, you can be happy someday, right? If you don't give up, for sure. Just as my consciousness was drifting off to sleep, I suddenly heard what sounded like a tap on the window. Maybe the wind blew a pebble against the window. Whatever, let's just get some rest for today. What? It isn't a thief, isn't it? Sure enough, I heard it, the sound of tapping on the window. I anxiously walked over to the window and opened the curtains. Psycho. She smiled when our eyes met. Oh, what are you doing here? I hurriedly put on my jacket and sandals and went outside. Psycho was waiting in front of the house, smiled apologetically. I'm sorry coming at this hour. Were you asleep? I hope I didn't wake you. It will be a shock. I just wanted to take a moment to say my last farewells. I have a bad feeling about her words, which were packed with meaning. Why the last? Farewell? Yeah, I'm going to leave this town. So I won't be able to see you anymore, Mitaro-kun. She utters a statement that I don't want to believe. There's no way you could convince me of something like that all of a sudden. I'm going to the place of some uncle I don't know, in an unknown city, working at some unknown store. There they'll take care of me. Uncle I don't know, unknown city, unknown store. My feeling of unease is getting stronger and stronger. What's up with that uncle? Who is he? Unknown city? Unknown store? Exactly what is going on? I don't even have the right to know that. Thank you for everything up to now, Mitaro-kun. Ignoring my questioning gaze, Sako continued. I had so much fun together with you, Mitaro-kun. She was talking desperately in a shaky voice, fighting back tears. Seeing the tears well up in her eyes, I felt like doing the same. We watered the flower beds together, made rainbows and flowers bloomed. Every day was shining and bright. I'm glad I talked to you that day, Mitaro-kun. I'm glad I met you. My whole life has been nothing but misfortune. But I got to meet Mitaro-kun. That is the one thing I'm truly happy about. If we meet again sometime, let's have banana crepes together. Let's save here. Save it. Please be well. Please be well. Even if you go to an unknown city far away from here. Even if you never see me again. Hearing this, Psycho hung her head. She remained motionless for a while, her expression completely unreadable. Mitaro-kun, you'll help me, won't you? She mumbled something and then walked up to me. Because the other day you told me that you were worried about me and that you wanted to save me, didn't you? What? Here you go. Touch. As she said that, she firmly touched my shoulder. Oof, oof, oof. It's curse tag. Psycho will give her curse to Mitaro-kun. Don't make fun of me. What do you mean by that? What are you mad about, Mitaro-kun? You said it yourself, that such games are silly and nothing but superstition. So it's okay, right? Since it's just a game of curse tag. Ooh, thank goodness. Now I don't have to go through all that scary stuff anymore. Sorry, and thanks, Mitaro-kun. Okay. From that day on, I suffered countless misfortunes. I lost my parents, the company I worked for was in trouble, I got fired, became homeless, and now I'm on the verge of death, struggling for food every day. Well, that escalated quickly. How many years have passed since the day she infected me with her misfortune? And now I'm about to be murdered for no apparent reason by people I don't even know. I hid myself in a narrow alley, hoping that I won't be found in here. It sounds like a lie, it does, but I'm definitely in a life and death situation right now. Some crazy guy is trying to kill me. As I told you, misfortune is contagious. The curse was real after all. Oh, look at that. In front of me stood a familiar-looking woman. Hey, long time no see, Mitaro-kun. Remember me? I'm Psycho, your classmate back in high school. Psycho, did she come to save me? To return the favor back when we were still students? I'm not unhappy anymore since I passed on the curse to Mitaro-kun. I know it sounds crazy, but it's true. Did Mitaro-kun take all the bad stuff away from me? Or maybe Mitaro-kun was born under a star of misfortune from the beginning. I didn't know. This bitch. Oh, the feeling of betrayal is just fucking overwhelming. I reached out my worn and dirty hands to Psycho, who was giggling. But please, help me. Someone's after me. No, don't touch me. Your misery is contagious. She said in a cold voice that I couldn't imagine coming from the Psycho I once knew. You didn't reach out to me when I was in trouble, did you, Mitaro-kun? You just told me to be well, right? Now I'm super happy and doing well, Mitaro-kun. Aren't you glad that your wish came true? Damn, dude. Then she left with a narrow smile on her face. Oops. Owie. Ouch. Ow, that hurts. Might I say that hurt? Bad and curse tag. Okay, that is funny. Oh boy, oh boy. You know, some people are angry at sharing games. Oh, what is this? Oh, it's on Google Play. Some people are angry at Sharon's writing. I'm like, isn't that the whole point? Sharon's making you like the girls in these games and then betray you because that's how it is. I like that feeling. Even so, I still want to save Psycho. Oh, fuck me. Shit. I have to end it here, fellas. I gotta go to work. I'm sorry, but I gotta prioritize work over, this. So yeah, this is Dice Cycle. I like this route. It's like very circumstantial. It's because she's just very unlucky that this is all happening. Damn, dude. What are you gonna do about that stuff if that would happen to you? If you had someone very unlucky who had brought misfortune and shit, how would you deal with that? Even though she's just a nice girl. Anyway, if you want to try the game for yourselves, the links are in the description. That is all for today. Stay safe and take care of yourselves.